Okay, my name is Jasmine. I am the communications lead here at Kepler Institute. And this training is about social media 101. So social media basics. All right, so why would someone be interested in using social media? That's the question. Building relationships and community are valuable for helping your business grow online. When people know your business and feel comfortable with your brand, they're more likely to choose you when it comes time to convert. Also, brand awareness is fundamental to help you earn prospects for your business. When people connect with you on social media, they learn who you are and what you offer. Social media enables you to put your brand in the front of prospects. And lastly, when you create a social media profile on any number of channels, you can share links to your website and encourage others to visit pages on your site. As a result, more people spend more time reading your blog post and checking out whatever products or things that you serve through your website. So the next slide, we're going to be talking about all the platforms for social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. So Instagram is a website where you can share photos and videos. They have Reels. It also allows you to build the ability to go live. And it's one of the easiest apps to gain a following on currently. The majority of Instagram's audience are millennials or Gen Z, ranging from ages of 18 to 42. Twitter is next. So Twitter is a short text platform. You can use it to get off your ideas and find alignment in your ideas. You also get the ability to share external links, images, quotes. You can retweet people to either agree with what they said, add to what they said, and even, retweet what they said, to agree with it, add to it, or disagree. You can ask questions and make comments of your own. And also, Twitter is a really good tool to connect directly with journalists across the world. So LinkedIn is one of the biggest professional social websites available right now. You can use LinkedIn to find internship opportunities, job opportunities, and even strengthen yourself through different blog posts or things that they may have to strengthen you in your business or career. LinkedIn allows blog posts, third-party content, native videos. You can do text, photos, graphics, and external links. I'm literally doing a training. Thank you. 1 second. All right, and then we have TikTok. TikTok allows for you to make short form videos ranging from 15 seconds to longer. Many people view TikTok as a Generation Z platform for dance challenges, but TikTok has grown to encompass every type of content and community. So you can talk about whatever on there, and just by you being consistent in your brand awareness or your branding, you can garner the right attention that you're looking for. I mean, also, there's going to be some people that disagree with you, but for the most part, it's easy for you to grow a following through TikTok. And then YouTube is used for videos. There are these other things that they're trying to encompass in it, but videos are the primary thing for YouTube. It can be difficult to garner a following or an audience strictly through YouTube, but if you use other things and collaborate, it can lead people there. And it'll be a great place to just house all of your video content and arrange it into libraries. Now, Facebook, as we know, most people use it for more maintaining or building friendships that they already had, or maintaining relationships with family members. But it's good for like industry news, external links, short videos, graphics, and other visually appealing media. So Facebook is less about statistics and more about marketing pages, which can be very hard unless you're putting money behind it. It's organic to build. I mean, it's tougher to build an organic following on there, but if you have groups, it can be super useful for you if you already have an established audience that engages with you. So next, I want to talk about the best social media practices. So create content pillars. Content pillars are kind of like, what are your values? Content pillars can be education, community, and things of that nature. You want to set goals. So goals can be like, how many posts are you looking to make every week? Yeah. And then it could even be a goal of how many people that you're looking to get follow you, but that's still kind of like a shallow goal. You want more engagement than you want followers. You can maximize your bio. So to me, maximizing your bio is like, what do you stand for? Is there like something that brings people back to what you do? So like, is there a link in your bio to get to your website and stuff like that? You can establish a look and a feel, experiment with content types. So it doesn't have to just be pictures and flyers. There can be videos to show the work that you're doing as well. And then you also have the ability to go live. You can share stories, personal and organizationals, plan your social media content and use hashtags. So the cool thing about hashtags on Instagram is that people can follow your hashtag. The cool thing about hashtags through Twitter and Instagram is that it can lead people back to you. It can kind of be like a boomerang. So if the right people are using your hashtag, or if it's related to your content, it could bring people back to whatever you're working on. You want to be consistent, strategic. You want to have some strong CTAs, and that's call to action. So as you post something, like, yeah, you can let people know what you're doing, but what are you working on with your organization now? Are you still looking for volunteers? Are you still looking for people to donate or anything like that? Have a strong call to action at the end of whatever caption you create or in whatever you post. You want to build the right social media networks. So making sure that you're using social sites that engage with each other and help you build and maintain your audience. Audit your performance. So that's where the engagement comes in at. You'll be able to check your analytics weekly or monthly, or even post by post, to see how people are interacting with the things that you post. You can figure out times when your followers are more engaged and try to be consistent in posting around that time. And then engage with the line organizations. If there's organizations in your city or nationally, internationally, that have alignment in the work that you do and you have a relationship with them, be sure to like take a picture or do something that you guys can collaborate on the post with, so that you guys can share your followers and share like-minded people with each other. And then you want to provide social media toolkits. I have another slide that talks more about what a social media toolkit is, but basically it's just a package that you have to have anyone that posts for you have alignment in what your values are. And then quality over quantity. You don't have to post a picture every day. Weekly is preferred, like having multiple posts a week, but it doesn't have to be every day. You just have to make sure that it's important for what you're doing right now, and it has alignment with whatever your content pillars are or what your organizational values are. And then have a crisis communication plan. So a crisis communication plan comes in with like, it's kind of just like PR. If there is somebody that is trying to put a bad spin on something that you guys are working on or what you're posting, how do you combat that? So what is brand awareness? Brand awareness.
You want me to save all my questions for the end?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What questions do you have right now? Actually, I don't mind answering.
I put one in the chat because I didn't want to stop you.
The slides will be available. Yeah.
Okay. And my next one was, why do you feel that YouTube was hard to get an audience? Do you want to just wait till the end to answer all these, or you want to go right after you speak on them?
We could go right after our speak, but that's just like it's harder to build them singularly, because YouTube has millions of videos posted every day. If you just go on there and you're just posting videos, why would somebody choose your video out of this, this pond of videos? So it's good to not just have YouTube singularly. You'll have like these other social media sites and even your interpersonal relationships that bring people to YouTube, and you can build your following that way. So there are things I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, see, I wasn't thinking that when you dropped in your video, it just dropped into a big bucket with everybody else's video that posted that day. I was thinking that because I see likes and dislikes and stuff like that when I look at videos. So I thought maybe they were directed. No, they're just dropped into a YouTube hole.
Yeah. And then you do get your following on there. So there are people that are engaged with you. And again, a lot of those people end up finding your YouTube through conversation. Like a lot of the times they're looking for you specifically.
Okay.
You have less of a chance of going viral on YouTube than you have on any other app.
Okay, because I know whenever somebody's in the room talking and I'm trying to get some work done, I'll always put on YouTube Norman Brown and listen to that cool jazz. So I just go there. But I wasn't thinking about how does he get people to know about him other than people such as myself who've seen him perform and work. So when you just drop something in YouTube, okay. Then I wanted to ask you about LinkedIn. You said that it strengthens your professional profile. Tim gets a lot of those LinkedIn requests, and it looks like he's gotten them for years and years and years. But it looks like of late, they're just doing all kind of things like blogs. So how is it different from Facebook?
Oh, because they're doing blogs. I will say, like, personally on LinkedIn, there has been a transition. I used to view LinkedIn as like more of a way for me to have my resume visible online and engage with other people. So it still does showcase that type of thing. And like I said, it can strengthen you because one of the unique things that LinkedIn has is kind of like a BS buffer is what I'm calling it right now. That's what it's got off the top of my head. But like, anybody can say.
Is that BS like in what BS is?
Yeah. So, because
okay,
anybody can put anything onto their resume. Anybody can put anything onto LinkedIn, but LinkedIn has this tool there where your former coworkers can go and confirm that you do actually have this skill set and that you are actually good at it. It's another cool thing too, is because outside of Facebook, like Facebook, you are definitely looking at so much different types of content. You're looking at what your family is going through. Then there might be a funny video like of a cat, and like all this randomness that's there. It's just whatever is on anybody's mind at the time. But LinkedIn has done a pretty good job of keeping things mostly professional on there. When you do see the blog post, it's usually somebody posting a blog that attributes to the work that they do. And then you get to learn more about them or their organization through those blog posts. It's also a cool way for people to tell you their achievements and what they're working on, what their newest campaign may be, what they're trying to get donations for. Like, it all goes back into the professional realm on there.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So LinkedIn sounds like especially when you say blog about what's going on in your organization and use it as a donor piece, because individual donors, you have corporate donors that you write grants for, and it sounds like LinkedIn would be a way for okay, I hadn't thought about that one. And you said Twitter connects to journalists of the world. How is that more so than Facebook?
So you going on Facebook and actually finding a journalist that you care about, like Tanashi Coates or something like that, and you adding him, he probably is not going to add you back because it might be personal things on there, like his children's birthday, his grandmother passing and stuff like that. That's what people put on Facebook. But Twitter is people getting out these short bursts of thoughts and reacting to things that are happening in the world. But you can engage in a conversation with someone based on what those short bursts of thoughts are. People are more open on that platform, and it's easier to build some sort of relationship there.
Short burst. I like the way you say that. Short bursts of thought, THOUGHT. Because gosh, that thing is shorter than text messages.
Yeah, I think they lengthened it recently. I think it's like 160 characters, but they have this function on there that you can connect all of your thoughts together if it's like a long thought. Instead of it just being a short one, you can make them link your tweets to tell the full story.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So and so with journalists have started the habit of going there to get information rather than Facebook. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go on there to like give information, share information and also receive information.
Okay. Okay. And with Twitter, how do you with YouTube, you just drop it in there and hope somebody finds it. How do you connect yourself to the Twitter people you would like to connect to?
Yeah, so Twitter is easy. I mean, there are some people that have private profiles that you'll have to wait for them to accept you. But a lot of people that are in the entertainment industry in some sort, like whether they are journalists or even, celebrities, the writers, musicians, anything like that, they usually will have like an open page. And for certain people, yeah, it could be, I don't know. I just feel like based off my experience on Twitter, people are more likely to read what you say. With the other apps, they have a filter that can say like, no, I don't want to read that person. And you only click on it and see it if you want to. But Twitter, they see your responses.
Okay. All right.
And then you can follow anybody. Like I'm saying, they're more likely to have an open page for you to engage with them. So if there's a writer that you do enjoy, they're probably on there and you can interact with them.
Wow. Gosh, that'd be about the only way you could interact with them, because they certainly aren't going to give you their phone numbers.
Yeah. And then there's certain writers, like I have spoken to Maurice about his Twitter, and he says he gets on there and says what he has to say and go, because it's there's two sides to it. Like, you are saying a short burst of thought. So you want to make sure that you sit on that thought for a little bit before you put it out there, because sometimes it's no turning back, and you put something on there, people might not agree with you and they can tear you up really quick. But on the good side of it is that people can agree with you, and you can get more interaction from there, and you can engage with people who are not next door neighbors or a friend of a friend. You just be somebody that you admire from afar. You'll have that ability to connect.
How wonderful. Never thought of Twitter like that. Appreciate this. Oh, okay. Those were my questions at the first part.
Yeah, I think if you started a Twitter, I'll start one back and I'll follow you, because I want to know what your short burst of thoughts are.
Girl, just when you said no turning back, because sometimes things will just pop up in my mind, and I say, especially depending on the person, I just gotta tell them. So, but thank you. And when you send something, if I send you a tweet, you and you alone see it, unless you decide to.
Oh, everybody can see it. Everybody can see whatever you tweet the person. Now you can direct message them so that they get the message privately.
Oh.
But if you tweet somebody back, everybody who follows that person or follows you can see that interaction, unless they block the other person. Yeah. Or they're a private page.
Okay. Thank you. Carol, I really appreciate this tutorial.
Jeffrey, did you have any questions?
No, not at this time. So far, so good. Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'm going to get back into this brand awareness portion. All right, so is everybody familiar with what a brand is? All right. Well, a brand is like a unique combinations of your skills, your experiences, values, ideas, and principles that are important to you. It's a way that you express yourself through storytelling. Branding is all about how the world sees you, your business, your organization, and the work you do. And brand awareness follows trust. It's about authenticity, consistency, expertise, and the value of your personal and organizational storytelling. It's about how someone feels in the moment when they interact with you or your organization. It's about knowing who you are speaking to, how you show up as an authority or a thought leader, and the genuine ways that you connect with your audience that set you apart. A strong nonprofit brand can help strategically advance your goals, mission, and impact, and can translate into greater financial support. So Kepra brand, in the shallow aspect of it, you're going to think of the dung beetle, you're going to think of the teal and the purple. But Kepra focuses on education, intergenerational relationships, community wealth building, and things like that. So that's really what encompasses our brand. And every initiative that we take on, we translate those values into the work. Brand awareness is what it's not. So it's more than the logos, the colors, the fonts, and the catchphrases. There are plenty of social media accounts that spend a lot of time curating the perfect feeds for their audience, but their message serves no value. So do not think that followers or likes mean that your brand is successful. That's not your metric that you're measuring your success off of. So focus less on the vanity metrics and going viral, and practice showing up consistently and creating a legacy that'll outlive you. Show up authentically, find a way to help people, be kind in the process, and dial down your ego and treat people in an empathetic way. Let's see. And for some people, if you don't know exactly who you're speaking on when you first get started, that's okay. Marie said something really interesting to me when he spoke about his first book that got published, is To Pimp an Airship, and he literally wrote it to make one of his friends laugh, and then it made him a successful author. So even if you are looking, as you create your social media account and you're creating this content, if you just focus on that one person who you're trying to change or who you're trying to influence, and they can help you reach out to many other people in the way that it did for him. And then as you grow and you get more engagement and interaction with the people that follow you, you'll be able to refine that over time. So brand framework. A brand framework or story consists of a number of key elements. So your brand purpose. What is your overall purpose, your why? Why do you get up in the morning and do this work? And what is it that you're ultimately trying to achieve? Your core values and ethics. Brands are more and more value-driven today, and your personal brand must be even more so. So what do you want to stand for? What do you value the most in all of your personal and professional life? Is it creativity and innovation, integrity and respect, discipline and dependability? Just try to come up with 5 core values to define you. And this can be used not only for, a nonprofit organization or a business. It can be used for if you're trying to be an influencer yourself and you're branding yourself. What do you stand for? And then your reasons to believe. Get clear about the functional and emotional benefits you deliver to your audience. And why does what you're fighting for affect them? How can they be a part of your solutions? So working at Kepra, you see that a lot of people just in our Western society feel like they have to rely on themselves, and they share those victories alone, but they also are going to share those losses by themselves as well. And it hits harder when you're alone. When you live in community, those losses could have a pillow that you fall onto. Somebody may have exactly what you need, whether you're low on food, low on funds, you don't have anywhere to stay. When you're in community, you have your basic necessities met. So that's what Kepra offers to community. And then building brand awareness. You want to create a hashtag for Instagram, and you don't have to just create one just to create one, because I'm sharing this with you. Be intentional about the hashtags that you share. So if you are looking to start a big fundraiser, like maybe it's like, what are you doing it for? Like, what are you trying to do? So we could do like an OVC thing or something. Like, you just want to be intentional as you create those hashtags. Leveraging trends. So I kind of spoke about trends here. Some trends, like when I think of TikTok can be dance trends or something like that. That doesn't have to be all of the things that you post. Again, it's quality over quantity. But let's say that somebody, especially because we work with young people, they want to do a TikTok trend. And we do it so well that it makes that one video goes viral. And then it leads more people to trying to figure out what is Kepper doing. So just what it makes right for you again. So quality over quantity as you leverage trends. You want to network across, and that goes back to what I said earlier. Are there organizations or people that align with the work that you're doing that can expand your network? You want to be intentional about those relationships, of course, but see if you can leverage them across your social media networks. Somebody might be more popular on YouTube or Facebook, and maybe you connecting with them can get you more interaction or vice versa. Post regularly to social media using your brand voice. So sometimes you give people the access to your social media and they might get on there and say something crazy. You want to make sure that everybody is aware, like there's strategic practicing in what you post. Does everybody know the same thing? Do we know the same jargon? Do we know Kepper to do the same type of work? You want to have that sort of alignment, or whatever your business is, have that sort of alignment as you post and give people access to your posting. Collaborate with related organizations and influencers, create engaging content. And you might not do that every time. You might think that it's engaging as you create it, and then other people might not connect to it. So you just keep trying, keep practicing. You'll learn more tools because social media is always evolving. And then that next thing that you do might be the thing. Create a brand guide, interact with your audience. If somebody likes what you post and they comment on it, comment back, tell them thank you, or lead them back to a website so they can see more of that type of work that they commented on. Give your accounts personality and use storytelling as a tool. Some people, like there's some pages that just hit you hard. You know, they hit you hard with content, and then you're like, also you're left with confusion because you're like, I don't even know what this means. So, or how this relates to anything else that they posted. So you want to make sure that you have the alignment again with your brand, and that there's personality in the things that you say, have a call to action, and use storytelling because people like to connect with your personality too, as well as your organization. And then tag organizations, brands, and people whenever necessary. So if you're standing with somebody that has their own thing going, make sure that you tag them or tag their organization so that, again, you guys can share whatever your followers are. You can get more, they can get more, type of thing. Does anybody have any questions?
I was just writing it down too. Yeah, I've seen this tag. Yeah, I've seen that word used.
Hashtag?
No, tag somebody.
Oh, tag somebody,
Oh,
yes.
you tag. So now, would you give me a little backstory on that? So
Yeah.
is tagging just in Facebook? Is it in all of them?
It's in all of them, actually. I had to think about it. Yeah, it's in all of them now. So
Okay.
basically, tagging somebody is linking their account to your page.
Okay. So once you do it, they are linked to you ad infinitum, and every time you post something, they'll get it.
No, only specifically whatever that post was. So I'll give you just like different examples, and hopefully they help you to understand it a little bit more. But on LinkedIn, if the IBJ posted an article and I'm highlighted in the article, they could tag my page in there. When they type my name out, like spoke to Jasmine Perry, but they can add it's kind of like when you're doing an email, right? And you add that hyperlink.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but it's it just leads them back to your personal page instead of a website. So if you have a personal page on any of those social media sites, it's going to link them back to whatever your page is.
Oh, right. So you're in Twitter, and you tag, I'm in Twitter, and I tag you because I found this article in IBJ about you. So I tag. When I tag your Facebook, it tags your Twitter, it tags.
No, you'll be tagging whatever that social media site is specifically. So if I'm on Twitter, you could be like, at Jasmine Perry is in this IBJ article. And then if somebody clicks on the at in my name, it should lead back to my page.
Oh, okay. Okay, then it'll lead back to your page.
Yeah.
And so the gentleman on the call here then would have your LinkedIn, would have your LinkedIn or your Twitter or your whatever handle,
Yeah.
and they'd be able to just tap on it.
And they can connect with me. Yeah, they'll go straight to my page. And like, oh, this is who that person is. Well, somebody just spoke on them. I want to add them, or I want to see what other work that they do outside of this IBJ article.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
do they get an immediate ad? Because I know in Facebook you gotta ask to be somebody's friend, and you gotta wait until they add you.
Well, it depends on the profile and how they have their profile privacy set up.
Okay.
And even if they want to add me, like they could just come to my page and search through all the things that I've posted, and they could be like, yeah, I like Paulette, but I don't like Jasmine. So I'm gonna just go back to Paulette page. Like, they have that option, but they can come to my page and see what I do.
Can you now have a new follower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could potentially have a new follower off of that. But what it does, for most people, it just shows them, it brings them to your page,
Okay.
and you could see how many people do it through your analytics too. Because I've posted, some of my friends have businesses, and I'll post their work or like work that we've collaborated on. And I can see through my analytics how many people went to her page, how many people followed her because of what I posted. You can see that. And sometimes it's going to be more looks than follows. It really is, because people are very, very shallow about who they follow. They like for the numbers to look good, but they might, you know what I'm saying? Some people want to have more followers than people that they do follow. So it's another part of social media.
Okay. I don't know if I'll get all of that, but I mean, at least I know what tagging means, because I see it on my Norman Brown videos. Down at the bottom we'll have like, dislike, share.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has tag down. So thank you.
No problem. All right. So social media can feel overwhelming, especially to those already stretched in a million different directions. Building up your audience, building up your social media platforms is a long game. So there's no one way that will work for everyone. And what works for you will change as social media landscape is perpetually changing. Oh, I'm sorry. So be authentic to who and what your organization stands for. Always be open to learning from and leaning into your community. Be consistent in your management and your messaging, and above all, be gentle to yourself. So these are the content pillar templates that we spoke about earlier on. These are an example of some. So educate, what is, how to, why is this important? Culture, behind the scenes, your organizational wins and self-care. Trust could be testimonials, team profiles, collaboration and impact. And inspire, use your values to inspire and motivate others into doing good work for themselves or their community. Some other content pillars, I believe I have a list. Oh, the list is after this, I believe. All right, so here are some social media tools that can help you as you navigate these different social sites. So Canva is actually what I use to create this PowerPoint slide. It just adds a little bit of pizzazz. They have these custom templates where you can fill in your information to do slides. You can do videos. You can also do flyers for your organization. They have some stock images on there, and it's really easy to use. Literally, I know people that use Canva and then they add graphic designer to their resume. So it's an easy tool. You can get it through your social media, through your app store for Android and Apple products. And then they also have an online website where you can do a lot of this work. The Power Thesaurus is a free, fast, and comprehensive and easy to follow online thesaurus for authors. So if you're looking for a word, a better word to describe what you're thinking or feeling, that's definitely a great tool. Grammarly, and that's what I use when I'm writing something like a grant. I use Grammarly for sure. It helps you to do mistake-free writing. It helps with your grammar. And they have an online app. They have an online website, my bad. They have apps available through Android and Apple products. And it can help you on all the websites that you're on, your Gmail, your Facebook, your Twitter, LinkedIn, and any other app you use. If you're trying to get rid of grammar mistakes or have be coherent in what you're saying, definitely try Grammarly. I know sometimes I use a lot more words in a sentence than I'm supposed to, and it can bring people more confusion than anything. So when I'm trying to be more concise, Grammarly has definitely been a big help for me and others. So Hootsuite and Sprout are really cool. They're social media management software. So if you're trying to make sure that a post goes out regularly, you can plug it into one of those websites and it can help you to manage your social media. Let's say you might be working out at 2 p.m., but you need something to get out at 2 p.m. You could have set it up the night before or the week before to go out at that time. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I haven't used it before, but I know organizations that use it. So it's pretty cool. And then Typeform helps you create surveys and quizzes that people actually enjoy answering. So obviously we have like the Google surveys, and then there was like SurveyMonkey. I remember I used that a lot in high school and college. Typeform is another source for that type of thing. And the way that they've made it is just more user-friendly. And then Anchor is for anyone that's looking to start a podcast. It has everything that you need in one app. It'll help you get it out to all of the podcast platforms. It helps you with just putting it all together, your artwork for it. You can trim some of it up in there and you can create the bio before you release it out versus you recording a podcast somewhere else manually and then having to place all that information into every application. It helps it. It's more of like a streamlined thing. And then all of these apps have free options and paid options. So you can do a lot of this work for free starting off. Obviously, the paid thing is going to get you more features. So with Canva, you get access to different templates. And I know Grammarly, they'll help you more. I don't even know what they're doing, but it's like when I'm writing a paper out, it'll be like, oh, I'll help you with this. Like I helped you with a word, or I put a comma here, but you can get more help if you pay. And I'm like, I'm just going to read it out loud again. And if I find anything, I'm gonna just work with what y'all gave me because I'm not always trying to pay for something. You get all these subscriptions and then next thing you know, $50 gone. And that's it.
Question?
Jasmine, I have a question. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for this one here, because I was going to ask you as you were going through the different types of social media. In my case, I have about 2 or 3 different things that I'm working on, and each of them, of course, would be a different brand, and I would need to engage social media in different ways as opposed to just sitting down and doing one one project. So in your experience, what's the best way to sort of manage? And that Hootsuite thing reminded me of this question. So the best way to manage, not the posting, but just in your own time when you're trying to get out 2 or 3 different things on social media.
So they're for different businesses. They're not for the same one.
Exactly. Yes.
Honestly, I do think that Hootsuite would be better for you as you create your content. You can have, because it basically will just post out on those other things regularly. And then if there's something specific that you want to do, like how I said, engaging with your audience, that's going to be something that you're going to have to be intentional about and do in your own time. But getting the post out themselves, Hootsuite or Sprout would be your best option. And
both of those start out with a free option and you can add more.
Okay, and I'll get to that page too.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
And I wanted to ask, you were saying when you called out the tools that you use, Grammarly, and you said Grammarly gives you a better way to say something. So I use Grammarly. Maybe it's because I got the free one, and it'll help me with my spelling of a word I misspell. But I never have seen them give me a suggestion on, don't say it this way, say it that way.
Well, I think I said power thesaurus to find a word
Oh,
instead. Yeah. So like
okay.
yeah, if you're looking for a better word to say what you're trying to say, then it is power thesaurus. But yeah, Grammarly is mostly grammar mistakes that you have in your writing. So yeah, it could be a misspelled word, it could be punctuation and things like that. And then another thing, another thing that I do see on the side when I'm working through Grammarly is that it'll tell me if my intention has been met by the way that I've been writing what I'm writing. So like if I'm trying to be appreciative, it'll show me how much my paper actually falls in line with that. If I'm trying to be persuasive in my writing, or it'll have something on the side. And you can set up with Grammarly, when I start something new, especially on my computer, it asks me what's my intention in writing this paper. So it shapes the corrections around what my intentions are. So a grant, obviously, I'm trying to be more persuasive. I'm trying to convince them that I'm the person that needs this money. But then if I'm writing an email to like a business colleague and I'm like asking to interview them or something, that I could put that it's like a request or that it's a business formatted email, and it'll help with that too.
Okay. I know there are times when I just, my words just won't come to me, and I'll have a word that I can say, but it's just not the right word.
Power thesaurus.
Yeah. So what I've been doing is just going to Google, putting in the word, and then it'll give me a definition, and I'm searching all through the definitions. And but power thesaurus. Now, what do you put in the Google search? Just put in power thesaurus and it'll
Yes,
come up.
ma'am, and the website should pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's a great tool for anyone. Like, you know, if you're, like I said, sometimes I use more words than I should in order to describe something. So that's when something like that'll come in handy. Or like you said, when I know if I use this word, it's not going to convey my intention.
Right,
so,
right.
yeah.
But it means the same thing, but it's just a little something that's not exactly what you wanted to. That old philosophical underpinning, I'm always saying, it doesn't quite have what you wanted to say. Okay. Okay.
And I want to show you guys something else that I believe I forgot to put in my slides, but I have another slide that shows it off. Jeffrey, are you putting call to actions on your slides too? Like leading people back to something important that you're saying?
Yes, I've learned to do that. I haven't started posting yet because I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. But I do have some call to actions on the blogs on the 3 blogs that I've written.
Okay, cool. And I would love to read anything that you've written. If you have a link, feel free to share it.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Not now, but in the future.
Yeah,
yes.
whenever it happens.
Speaking of the future, will these videos going forward, these sessions, will they be different each Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
Led by you, or if somebody else comes in with different content?
Right now, they're going to be led by me.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
No problem.
We'll try to catch most of them.
All right. So can you guys see this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so it's
Yes.
a list of the core values that you could have. I know that when I was creating my business, I hired somebody in to help me get an assessment of not only like what I'm trying to do, but also the people that are currently engaging with me. So I remember just community being a big part of what I was doing, and education being a big part of what I was doing, because that's who I was before I created the business name, and I wanted that to continue on as I evolved. So having that, like these core values, will help with your intention and all the work that you do as you move forward. It can be that that pin or that anchor in your work. So here's a list of some different ones. Core values are one piece of creating a repeatable, scalable system. They allow people in your organization to make good decisions on their own by simply applying the values to new challenges that come along. And your core values remove bottlenecks and empower individual growth across your organization. So it's the things that not only you hold in all the work that you do, but it's the buy-in too. You have these values set, other people align with your values. And as they continue to do the work, when you lead somebody out on their own, they should keep these things in mind. So there's a list of them. I can read them out, or you can read them for yourself.
Well, I like this list. I'm thinking about one of my core values for my primary enterprise that I'm working on, and it's wellness, but I don't see that on here or something like it.
Let me see. But wellness is important, and that's a good buy-in.
Is
Wellness
that
in what way?
would that be considered a core value? I mean, I use it as a coverall word, but I'm specifically focused on financial, physical, and spiritual wellness. Now
I like that.
I see spirituality, but I didn't see
Wellness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Okay.
I'm interested in learning more. Are you a part of Alchemy right now?
I pop in and out. You're one of the workshops that I popped in on. I just started. I've been getting you all's newsletters for maybe a month or two now, and I've just started tuning in as you all have launched some new stuff in the fall.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, I talked to Casman.
Oh, that's my sister.
Get out of here.
I'm serious.
I mean, doesn't that make sense, Casman and Jasmine?
Well, listen, I'm a little slow. It didn't put her last name up there, so I wasn't sure. But and I also the other connection, I told Casman this. I actually taught Mr. Broadus's son when I used to teach in Pike. So Maurice Broadus, I remember him from my Pike days as a teacher. Yeah. So in any case, I was telling her that I might get involved in your social entrepreneur, or maybe it was something else, series that y'all had coming up. But I'm still learning. I don't know how I can fit in and learn myself, and I also am the type how I can contribute myself. So just kind of easing in.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to get to know you. And then as far as like the social aspects of entrepreneurship, I mean, from my experience, they've been transferable. Casman and I have done, I think, 2 incubators together.
Yeah, that's it. The incubator. Yes.
Yeah, we've done like 2 incubators together, and the Alchemy being one of them. And the cool thing about it is that both of the work that we do, we try to keep it community involved. I mean, Casman directly is helping people find houses, so her work is different.
with 1610.
Yep. And I just try to help educate people about food. So yeah, there is alignment in what they teach you there. They teach you how to be more community focused in your work if that's what you are seriously trying to do. Right. So it can be off-putting for some, or other people can feel like, okay, this is exactly what I needed. I need to rely more on community and get out of this thought process of like, I need all these other tangible things in order to be successful. If you have
funny you mentioned
involved,
that, because when I envisioned this, I first came up with an online as well as a community-based program for the wellness thing I was mentioning earlier. And the community-based stuff, I've done a lot of community stuff my whole life, like whether it was with church or community organizations, or like I said, in schools. But the whole online stuff is new to me because, even though I know social media has been around, seems like forever, I never felt the need for it. But now that I'm into business and enterprise, then it's like, no, you got to be online. And so it's almost like I need my kids to teach me everything.
Yeah, and they can teach you the fundamentals. You can also come here, but again, like don't beat yourself up and just let the social media be an extension of you. You don't have to be what everybody else is, but people will find alignment in you being exactly who you are online and you sharing the things that you intend to share. Is there a way
Okay.
for me or Miss Paulette to connect with you online or through any of the other apps?
Yes, once I get off here, I'm actually going to email you
Okay.
some information, and then we can go from there.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Any friend of my sister is a friend of mine.
You know, well, we I don't know if she'll remember. We met briefly after she was on the news and
Oh,
talking about Kepler and the social enterprise stuff. And so we met and talked for a while, and I just applauded her for the work that she's doing, and you too now. And then the institute, and I actually rode past there because I used to be the youth pastor at um, um, Oasis of Hope,
mm-hmm.
and so a lot of my activity was up and down in that area, and I couldn't remember what building you all had taken over, but then I rode past there and saw the building, and it all made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about community, I could definitely see how it all fits in.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to your email. Hopefully you and I can meet too over
Okay,
some
yeah,
coffee or
absolutely.
something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, sorry. Well, that is all that I had on this training. There will be more trainings that'll be coming along surrounding media, social media, and then your interactions with journalists or influencers.
Oh,
And
I'm
then
so
also
sorry. I
just
just
having,
realized my video has not been on the whole time.
oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
Hello.
nice to see your face.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't even.
No, you're fine.
All right.
So yeah, I'll have some more encompassing that and even like just strategic communication. So how to get everybody that works with you in alignment as you go out and
Okay.
communicate your work.
All
So
right.
look forward to that. And I'm here every Wednesday at 6. So
Great. All right. I'll
thank you
try to tune
guys.
in next week. All right.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.